Mm, mm, Y'all, yo, I that that that. Come on, son. You know, hashtag says it all. Hashtag says it all. Says it all. All right, y'all. Hashtag save Big Mom. Save this whole woman. Save her from just from the clutches of Oda. All right. Woo! She needs some help. Right? She's not the only one. She's not the only one that needs help. Okay. Y'all already know we got quite a few female characters, quite a few women that need help. They need so much help. Becca, Shirahoshi, fellow Betty. They all need so much help. Viola. I don't know what's going on with Suru. I don't know what she's doing. She just kind of she was sitting in the chair. Listening to some dude talk about whatever. They all need help. They need help. And I think the thing that's so funny about it, I'm not even reading these chapters. I just see this stuff, right? You can't help it. If you're on Twitter, you're going to see this stuff. It's very difficult to avoid. You can try your hardest, right? And that would mean like, staying off Twitter. I'm not staying off Twitter. I'm not doing that, right? I want to be on Twitter. I like Twitter, to an extent, right? Like there's a way in which like, yeah, I try to limit it because when I'm back at school, I got to focus on work, right? With teaching, I got to focus on that stuff. I'm on Twitter. I see this stuff. I see what's going on. I see people talking about this stuff. I gotta talk about it. Okay. There's some people, man, that whole Ngoda, we trust, stop. You sound 15. Some of you might actually be 15. If that's the case, and okay. But you sound 15. Understand that. Okay. That's like something someone would say is like a not even a stand, because there are some stands that like, I see you, love you, you know what I mean? You dope. All right. But now we gotta start. We gotta start with Big Mom. We gotta talk about it. Why? Because it's a mess. It's a mess. All right. And look, the Yonko are quirky and they have their stuff, and there's ways in which Oda makes them vulnerable. I'm like, are we for real right now? Is that some of the stuff that we're throwing out here that we're talking about? Is vulnerable like a word that we really throw around when we talk about Shanks, when we talk about like Kaido, Blackbeard, right? Really, like, right? We can make some comments about things that made them sort of vulnerable in a different way, right? Like, yes, Whitebeard was old. He was old. Right? No, but here's the thing. When we talk about certain things, nobody's clowning Shanks for having an arm. Nobody for having one arm. Nobody's clowning Whitebeard for being old. Nobody is clowning Kaido for drinking a lot. Nobody is clowning Blackbeard for, making certain moves in particular ways. They're not clowning him in that way. They're not memeing him. They're not memeing them. Okay? No one is laughing at these folks. We're not laughing at Whitebeard. We're not laughing at Blackbeard. We're not laughing at Shanks. We're not laughing at Kaido. Not really. These are people that we respect. We look at them and we're like, yo, I come across this part other way. I'm going the other way. I'm like, nah. Y'all remember Hunter x Hunter? When Killua felt Meruem and Netero fighting, and he was like, nah, I can't go that way. I can't go that way. I'm going the other way. He's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm going the other way. He knew. That's how you deal with Yonko. But the Yonko, nah, never that. All right, but just Big Mom's been treated like garbage. All right, hot garbage. And in some ways, Big Mom is very just like emblematic, right? Just this massive representation, both literally and figuratively, right? Of like just ultimately just treating post-time skip female characters like doo-doo. Oh my goodness. It just continues. At this point, if you cannot see it, I worry. I worry about how you move in your real life. I do. I gotta worry about that. I gotta worry about that. How do you not see that? Hunger pains? Right? The hunger pains that quite literally like incapacitated her in a certain way, right? To where she could not think straight. She couldn't make the moves that she needed to make as the captain of the Big Mom Pirates. You know what I mean? Hunger pains. Amnesia. Oh. I saw that. I was like, I gotta say something. You know what? Maybe there's something I watched. I didn't watch all of Roger because I was like, I don't care about the chapter or whatever. I don't really care about that. But the way that Roger reacted, I saw that and I was like, yo, he was big mad. I've never seen that. I've never seen Roger that upset. Like I was shook. I was like, whoa. I like literally like I shook a little bit. I was like, whoa. I've never seen Roger that upset. That's how you know. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is. Okay. Roger adores One Piece. Loves One Piece to death. We already know. Okay. King of Lightning loves One Piece to death. Yeah, no. All right. Even Joy Boy had to be like, oh no. Even Joy Boy had to be like, okay. That's when you know. It ain't good. No. Okay. Never Kaido. Okay. Y'all don't want to talk about Soldier Boy was like Drake, Kaido, Shanks, Whitebeard, Blackbeard. Never them. No. The embarrassment. The sheer, just like the ridiculous levels of vulnerability and just ineptitude, just so much nonsense. I tried to get into Wano, but I couldn't do it. And then I fell and then I lost my memories. Like, really? That's what we doing? Ooh-wee. Some of y'all will defend this to the death. And I feel a little sorry for you. I feel a little sorry for you. I do. Oh. Yo, and of course, right, obviously, I gotta put the disclaimer, right? We'll see what happens in the future, right? We'll see what happens in the future. I gotta say that because people are like, oh, but you don't even know what's gonna happen. Yes, I have an idea. I have ideas. Why? Because I've read books. I've read stories. I've read a lot. All right, a lot of you have. So to be perfectly honest, there are only so many ways that this particular sort of like story trope will go in this situation. All right, there are only so many ways. None of them are particularly good. The only thing I could see that would be good is if 2 chapters later, Big Mom remembers who she is, and then both Kaido and Big Mom wreaking havoc on the Straw Hats, and they have to figure out, and they have and the Alliance, right? The Law of Pirates, and all of them, they got to figure out, yo, what are we gonna do? this is the thing, right? This is the type of stuff when you read stuff like this, when you see it appear in a story like One Piece, you go, all the tension is out the window. It's out the window. I'm not worried about the Straw Hats at the moment. I'm not worried about them at all. I'm not worried about Luffy. I'm not worried about Sanji. I'm not worried about none of them. I'm not worried about none of them at all. Even though they are in a territory that is not theirs, they should be super worried. They should be terrified because not one of them has the ability or strength to defeat Kaido. None of them. I would be worried. I'd be petrified. I'd be like, yo, I might die here. We gotta figure this out. But it's One Piece. And it's the way it's set this amnesia. Oh, no tension. It's all a big joke. It's all a big joke, right? I think, and I think that's the difference, right? I don't trust it. I don't trust in Oda. I don't trust in Oda. I don't. I love like Hunter x Hunter. I love like Promised Neverland. I love that stuff, but I don't even necessarily trust them. Like I'm like, yo, sometimes Promised Neverland, Shirai Pursuit could be doing some things. I'm like, no. You know, like sometimes it does move a bit too fast. They gotta chill. They gotta. I wanted to see that Norman break. I wanted to see that stuff. We didn't necessarily need it, but I wanted to see it. All right, Hunter x Hunter. Sometimes, yeah, Tagashi. I love you, but come on. That some of the text you gotta just a little bit. Gotta do that. All right. Okay. Please, chill a little bit. Okay. But Oda, I mean, like, but I like those manga. Like, I like even Oda to an extent, right? I like Oda. I like his art. I like that stuff. But it's like, bruh, consistently treating the woman post time skip like garbage. All right, Big Mom is the biggest example. Amnesia, hunger pangs, and these are like extremely debilitating things. Kaido being drunk ain't super debilitating. Come on, son, that's a joke. It's a joke. The hunger pangs ain't a joke. The amnesia, this is not a joke. I mean, there might become comedic elements, but overall, it's an important part of the story, of the way that the plot is going to progress. We understand that. I think every single person that's reading One Piece understands that at least. I believe that. But it's not very good. And again, it's very emblematic. We could just go down the list. We go down the list. Okay. Bello Betty. Someone's like, Bello Betty. I was like, Bello Betty is an example. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, I see where you're going with that because it's like, yeah, Bello Betty has this ability, right, to rally people, to rally groups of people, right, to make them sort of stronger, confident, whatever, right? And that's a cool ability. That's a cool ability, but it's a support ability. Did she make herself stronger? I don't know. I doubt it. Maybe we'll see that later, maybe, but I doubt it. She's just support. She's support. It's like, and it's like this representative, generals, they rather their truth, blah, blah, blah. Get out of here, man. Please. I was rallying the troops as I show my cleavage. Oh my God. I can't, man. I can't with this. I can't with this man. I can't with Oda. I cannot. All right. Rebecca might be the worst example. But I mean, look at the stuff with Big Mom so far. She's might be equally as bad. Rebecca can't even talk. Good Lord. Y'all already know. Even y'all that can't see this generally in how Oda has treated the woman, at least you can see Rebecca. At least you can see Rebecca. But even then, some people are like trying to defend it. Oh, Rebecca, she grew up so hard. She's got great sword skills. Like just basic level, just like nonsense. I'm like, really? Oda couldn't give her armament hotkey. She's using a sword, but he couldn't give her armament hotkey. He just had to give her a very sort of passive kind of ability. Put her in that ridiculous armor. Like, Father, save me! Like, come on, son. Come on. Okay, it's whack. All right. Viola. Oh, yeah. Equally whack. Equally whack. Okay. Yeah. Oh, but she had so much heart. She was gonna try to attack Doflamingo. I'm like, oh my goodness. Or she was gonna try to get out of here. Really? Whack. Okay. I mean, I would have been pulling some whack stuff. Even Queen Otohime, and I adore Queen Otohime. I adore Queen Otohime. Right? I'm not even gonna get to Monet. Oh, please. Y'all keep giving me these whack sauce examples. Monet? Come on. Queen Otohime. I adore Queen Otohime. Otohime is one of my favorite characters, but but she's dead. She's dead. Why is Queen Otohime dead, but King Neptune alive? I'm wondering that, right? I've never stopped wondering that. I'm like, why isn't Queen Otohime the one who put in the work, activist work? Why is she dead? King Neptune's alive, right? Otohime is a prime, right? I don't want to say prime example because that's whatever, right? Queen Otohime is a great example of the woman in refrigerators trope. Like that's what that is. She's gonna die, but she dies, and then she supports, and then her death rallies her people, in particular, her husband, right? Right? In particular, her husband. So now he wants to put in the work. Oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm not sure what Shirahoshi is doing. I'm not really sure, right? I mean, like, oh, she's young. No. I mean, she's 16. And in One Piece, 16, you grown, right? You grown. No, if she was still alive, she could continue to do the work. Right? I mean, nothing. I want to see her alive because when she was alive, people respected her. People were still trying to do the work when she was alive. Let her stay alive. Right? And Otohime is not one example, like, right? Like, it's just not, oh, Otohime is the only time this has ever happened. This happens consistently. Consistently throughout history. Okay? It's just like, let the woman live. Just let her live. Let her live. You know, if her husband died, maybe she goes through some sort of, crisis, and maybe for a period of time, she starts doing that work because she's grieving, but then, Straw Hats help her remember, and maybe it's, Nami or Robin, whomever, right? Whatever. I'm just like, I'm over that trope. Like, women dies to inspire the rest of the world. It's like, why do women constantly have to die to inspire these people? But this one is particularly bad, right? This one is particularly bad because it's like she was doing such wonderful work. She was going, she was doing, she was putting in the work, right? I understand the parallels. I see that stuff. Obviously, it's there, right? The parallels to Dr. King and all that stuff. I get it. Right? The assassination. I get it. I understand. I do. All right. It's not that I don't see it. I see it. But it's like, you have to understand, like, the literary context, right? Some people are like, oh, but you have to understand the context and the story. I'm like, yes, I see the story context. I see it. I understand that. I get, like, from a technical, like, storytelling plot sort of standpoint, I get it. But it's like, come on, son. She could have been alive and done the work. She would have continued to do the work. And her husband would have supported her. And that would have been great. But now she got to die. Shirahoshi has to go into a room to be hidden. And then when she gets out, she's, she's called Mikoshi. And then she goes to the reverie and she's like, oh, I'm just I've worked so hard to be brave and go to work. And then like she gets captured and like by it's just garbage. Garbage. I need to see Shirahoshi do some things. All right. Maybe she's trying to have people sign petitions. You know what I mean? Whatever. Maybe she's trying to do some activist work that she can do, even, you know, like thinking about her like personality, right? Maybe she's like, oh, okay, I'm not trying to, you know, do too much, but I could do that. I can sign up, pass out petitions. I could do that stuff. But Oda won't even let her do that. Won't even let her do that. You know, but now she's at the Reverie, but it don't mean nothing because what's she gonna do? What's she doing? What's she doing? Being captured? Being chained up? Whack. Vivi might be like the only one who I think has not been treated like wax host. But something tells me she's gonna die. And then Oda will have like his Straw Hat who's died. But it'll be another weak sauce move, right? You know, whatever Robin's doing. Yo, I don't know what Oda's doing with Robin, but it ain't it. It ain't it. Nami, he just keeps putting them in these costumes, right? Nami's like, look at this massive thunderbolt that I can use, but it does absolutely nothing. Yeah. Like, come on, son. I'm like, man. Just whack. All right. There are just too many characters that are treated like doo-doo. Woman, right? Woman. All right. People talking about, what's it? Otama's great, you know, Otama Beach. Like, man, Otama's a little girl who is sad and gets kidnapped. It's just like, come on, man. So many damsel in distress characters. He just kept up and I don't know what it is. Post time skip, mad damsel in distresses. Mad damsel in distress, not mad damsel in distress. In distresses, that doesn't make sense, right? A crazy number of damsels in distress. Ooh-wee. Just sad stuff. And again, it's right. And this is not to say like you can't like characters. I've never said that. I never said you can't like any of these women. You can't, you know, like certain traits that they have or anything like that. I never said that. I'm saying that now. That's not what I'm saying. But it's very clear. It's very clear, right? It's like this is not it's not on par. It's not on par, right? Pre-time skip. Ooh, the heat, man. The heat. The heat. Quite a few women in One Piece. Pre-time skip. The heat. Coming. All right. And post-time skip. You know what I mean? Somebody, you know, someone talking to me about Boa. Boa Hancock talking about, oh, you know, I hate how people try to, you know, put Boa in this box and, you know, as in that all she does is like Luffy. And I'm like, that's what Oda's been doing for her character since the beginning of the post-time skip. That's all that's been done. Right after Boa falls in love with Luffy, it's just her following Luffy. Oh, Luffy, come on, man! And it's not right. And it's not to say again. I'm not saying you cannot like Boa. I can't say you can't like Boa. Boa has wonderful qualities. Boa is dope in a lot of ways, but the ways in which she's being portrayed and utilized, whack. It's whack. Oh, I'm gonna pack you some lunch. Pack you some lunch on your way. Oh. You know, I personally would like to see, obviously, and I feel like I'm like, if the Shichibukai system isn't abolished, this reverie, I'd be shocked. I'd be like, what? So if it's not abolished, then what? What's the other alternative, right? I don't know. I haven't thought too much about it, but I feel like that's where Oda's going with it, right? Fujitora mentions, the Shichibukai system is going to be abolished, and that's what I want. And then Fujitora's at the reverie, and some things happen. That's what happens. If it gets abolished, always gotta look over the shoulder. All right, you gotta look over the shoulder. Okay. And then we might see both throw them hands. All right. We might see that. All right. The writing has not been as great. It just hasn't been. It's weird because like people are like, yo, the writing's been consistent throughout all 900 chapters. I'm like, so are you kidding me, man? What? I don't understand that. I mean, it's not true, right? It's like the Promised Neverland. The writing has not been consistent in the Promised Neverland. I will be the first, right? Like I'll be one of the first to be like, yo, like the writing has not been consistent. The first arc in the Promised Neverland, phenomenal. After that, it's like, it's like sound waves, man. You know, it's like a sine curve or something. You know, it's like, that's what the Promised Neverland is. It's like highs and lows. That's what it's like, right? That doesn't mean that I don't like it, but it's like people don't even want to acknowledge that with One Piece. They cannot find it within themselves to acknowledge that the writing has been subpar at points, right? And that's not to say that I hate everything post time skip. I like a lot of things I like a decent amount of things post time skip. I love Fishman Island. I think it's great, but again, it's one of my favorite arcs. But Minato Hime, why she got to die? Why can't she stay alive? Why can't she do her activist? Why can't she continue to do her activist work? Why she got to die? Why does she have to become a woman in a fridge? Huh? This is stuff that like we need to be able to see. And if you can't get out of your own way as a reader and as a fan of a particular series, and you can't see that stuff, your opinions, like the way that you're like, and the way that you're espousing about about the way things are, like it's not. It's hollow. It's a little hollow. All right. It's a little. Okay. You know, and it's like, I don't even mind when people like when arcs are sort of built and there's certain things that are done in certain ways. I think that's fine. But y'all gotta see this stuff. Yeah. You have to be aware of the vast sort of literary milieu. And you have to see the ways in which these things happen on a consistent basis, the way that women in stories are treated like garbage. All right. It is not a coincidence by any means that Big Mom is the one Yonko who is treated like a joke consistently. Hunger pangs, amnesia. Are we in like some sort of odd One Piece rom-com right now? Is that what that is? Does Big Mom need a Sandra Bullock to like save her from her amnesia? If you watch rom-coms, you know what I'm talking about. Okay? It's just you got to be aware of that stuff, right? Because what happens is if you're not aware of that stuff, then what I'm saying just sounds like the ravings of like, you know, a person that's literally like lost their mind. But if you're aware of that stuff, then you know, right? Then you know. And then you'd be like, yeah, straight facts. All right, straight facts. But people will they will defend mediocrity. They will defend the mediocrity to the death. Some of these people, I believe that. I believe if like someone was like, yo, is One Piece post time skip a little mediocre? You're like, no. So it's amazing. On the deathbed. You know, Jennifer Aniston. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. This is stuff we gotta understand. This is like son. I'm not impressed. Not impressed. Okay. And this is because, again, when I'm critical of One Piece, I compare it to itself. I don't compare it to other series. I think like you can do that to an extent, right? You can compare a battle shonen series, a battle adventure shonen series to another battle adventure shonen series. You can do that, definitely, right? Of course you can. And you can look at certain things and do that. I believe that, but I'm not even doing that. I'm I'm just looking at One Piece, past One Piece, present One Piece. That's all I'm doing. And it's not that right. It's not that there aren't any great moments. There are some wonderful moments in post time skip One Piece. Okay, Zoe is just a great arc. Fishman Island, I think, is wonderful. Okay, sorry, I thought some of my cats there. You know what I mean? Like, and in Zoe, there's some comedy that I really like when they're climbing with Ryunosuke, and like they're just like, come on, Ryunosuke, you can do it, and they're climbing, and this little like chibi dragon is trying to climb, and then they get to the top, and he's exhausted, and then Ryunosuke like disappears and dies, and it's the funniest thing, and I'm dying a lot, like it's funny, you know, and they're like, Ryunosuke. And then like Zoro and Law, like, yo, like, what are you doing? It's a drawing. Like, that's so funny. Right. And right, again, it's not like there's stuff that I haven't liked. It's like when I compare like as a whole, I think it's just more consistent, like pre time skip for me. I think for a lot of people, there's a lot, like the way it's built, the way things connect in a certain way. It's very just awesome to see. You know, the lore, all that stuff in a cool way, in a necessary way, I think. But here it's like there's a lot of stuff that I'm like, I don't know. You know, there's some stuff, right? There's some stuff, okay? You know, when Burgess finds the Boltigo. You know what I mean? Like that stuff, like that's cool. I remember reading that chapter and I was like, I was yo-ing. Okay, I thought that was great. And it was like, oh, okay, let's see what's going on. I was hyped. Again, there's a lot of stuff that just like as a whole, it's been a lot of mediocre stuff. A lot of arcs that are just kind of I don't know what I'm doing with my Discord. I got to figure that out. I got to like give it to some people to like run. I feel like I got to do that because right now I don't know what's happening there. I haven't been in the Discord in like forever. But like it's I think last year, like a while back. But man, the woman treated like doo. All right, treated like did. And I think, again, a lot of y'all have to be able to see it. If you can't see it, it's going to be real tough for you. It's going to be real tough for you to, I don't know, see other things, I guess, in other series. You know? I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just like, there's just a lot of stuff. You know, and the funny thing is, like, you know, I said, hey, you know, name 5 female characters from One Piece that Oda has handled hasn't handled like dog turd, like post time skip, right? Like pre time skip, you could easily name 5. Right? 2 of them would be Robin and Nami, right? Easily. Pre time skip, got it. We got this. Right? We got 2, right? Dr. Kureha. Let me see. Boa. Right? Koala, no, Koala is post time skip, but even I think in some ways he's treated Koala. He has done some good things with Koala. I think Koala, like as a child, I think Koala stuff is handled well. As an adult, I'm like, but you know, pre time skip. There's quite a few. Okay, and it's like you know, Bellamere. You know, there's a lot. There's a decent number. There's a decent number. But you post it's hard. Post is really hard. It's really hard to find them. And it's not to say they aren't there at all. You know, I think I'd have to think about Carrot, but I think Carrot might be like, you know, Vivi maybe. Vivi as well. I think Vivi in some ways definitely, right? Like I think she's been handled okay. Carrot, and then those two. I'll pick those two. And outside of that, I'm like, you know, but it's hard. It's very hard in a series with so many characters, right? That's a thing that's most telling, right? When it comes to that, right? When the bigger your series, like in some ways, like right, like it's true. Like the bigger your series, the harder it is to sort of maintain, like, you know, the relevance and depth of certain characters and all that stuff, and writing them, right, and giving them narrative space and all of that. But like Nami and Robin, though, they're like two they're two crew members of the main like cast, you know, like of the main crew. So it's like, come on, all right. I won't see Nami throw a thunderbolt down. It doesn't do much, and it's not even her thunderbolt. It's like Zeus, it's like Big Mom's thunderbolt. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just there's a lot of stuff that I think is just not very good. And again, it's telling. It and this is the thing, right? It's like it's telling of, right, if you're a writer, how much do you care about certain people, certain parts of your cast, right? How much do you care? Really? Or how do you view them? What do they do for your story? Those types of things. And it's always telling. People don't like, and some people have admitted, right? I'm not saying no one has said it. I think people have noted it, but people think it's just like a joke. And it's like, it's not a joke. Like there's a way which Oda like does not treat his female cast post time skip very well, like at all. So it, you know, and that's something you have to say something about that, right? Like you have to comment on that, because if you don't and you don't say anything and nobody says nothing, then everybody's just like, oh, but it's fine. It's not fine, right? You have to consistently say that, and you have to make that vocal so that people understand, like, oh, some, you know, people that don't get that are like, oh, that's not fine. Maybe I should say something about that. Maybe I should make sure that people understand that, like, this is not the way to handle those, you know, your female cast when you're writing anything, you know, stuff like that. I think like it's just important. It's important to me. I think to a lot of people that I know, that I see on Twitter, that I see on YouTube, you know, in real life, are people that I've talked to, you know, and I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. You know, I'm not gonna make a video. Again, I'm not gonna make a video every day. I mean, like, I haven't been making a lot of One Piece videos since I stopped reading it. You know, but this one I was like, you know what, I should. And I again, I like truly, like, I saw Roger. I just skipped to like his reaction of like that moment, and he was mad. He was big mad. I was like, whoa. I was surprised. I was surprised not at his reaction to it, but how upset he was. You know, but I think in hindsight, I shouldn't have been that surprised, because, like, you know, he loves One Piece, right? He adores it. It's a series that he that is close, that's very close to his heart, right? So, yeah, he would be upset if something happened that, you know, was like a little corny. You know, so. I haven't even been watching the Super Bowl. I haven't watched. I haven't really watched football like that. If you know, but people don't see it like Smoothie, like, right? Like, people see Big Mom and Smoothie, but they don't see how it's like how it's a bigger thing than just Big Mom and Smoothie, and like Rebecca, because though, like, Rebecca, Big Mom, and Smoothie are like the three characters that people look at and they're like, no. Right, and people will even try to defend, like, saying like, "Oh no, Big Mom's not treated like garbage." Like they'll try to defend that to the death. They'll be like, "Yo, but she's young, she's so strong. Look at her." They will try to defend it, They do consistently, and I'm like, I keep saying I don't get it, but I do. I get it. I know where that comes from. I know where it comes from to like want to defend something that you care about, that you adore, that you feel like has produced some wonderful stuff, content-wise. So I get that. I understand that. I do. But it's like you can't let that get in the way of you being able to like have like clarity about things. It's just a lot. Pre-time skip is a lot. It's a lot of characters that are just great, really, really cool. And then but I think I don't know. Oh man. What's good, John Boy? What's up? What's up, DJ? What's up, Christoph? Sunset, what's up? ABDV, what's good, man? Beyond Solace, what is up? Key, of course, my guy. King Nella. But it's like H Magnum, what's good? Amadou, yo. And this is the thing. It's like, yo, it's not good. It's not good. We gotta say Big Mom, y'all. We gotta say Big Mom from the clutches of Oda at the moment. Oda, I don't know what Oda doing. I don't know what he's doing. And yeah, it's like, why doesn't he give him one-on-ones? Where are those one-on-ones? Where are those battles? Where are they? Can we have one woman in the Straw Hat crew have some semblance of hockey, please? Please. All right. And this is not a hard thing to ask. It's like, yo, they were training. Robin was with the Revolutionary Army. She can learn some hockey. She can have armament hockey with her hands, with her devil fruit ability. That would be so dope. All right. Nami can't have observation or armament with her staff or something like that. I don't know. This is like basic stuff. This is like basic level stuff. And so some people might be like, oh, but that's how Oda shows how hard hockey is to use. I'm like, it's a new world. Stop. I can understand that somewhere in the grand line or whatever, but in the new world, nah, man. You step it up. Like people don't, and it's not even like right there are people that just flat out don't acknowledge this stuff. There are people that will acknowledge it and say it's not a big deal, and then there are people that are like, yo, like this is hot garbage. Like this has to be figured out because it's just, it's like weighing down the story. It's weighing it down. It's doing too much. I think that's how I feel about it. It's like you can introduce a lot of characters, and that's fine, but like you still have to make sure you give like your main cast narrative space in dope progressive ways. If you don't do that, then the other side characters take up the narrative at a particular point and just outshine like some of the main cast sometimes, which is like, okay, I can understand like some characters doing that. But your cast needs like development, right? At the very least, if you're not gonna like develop their like personalities, or not personalities, but like their, the ways that they make decisions and stuff like that, the way they make, they go about making certain moves, then at least you can just develop them like, combat wise or whatever, in certain ways. That's just how I feel about it. But I think like, I've seen y'all like on Twitter, I've seen y'all on, YouTube, you've been saying stuff about this stuff. You've been like, yo, like this is whack. And I think some people, I understand where it comes from, right? Again, like I understand where like defending like a series comes from, because then like, I'm gonna defend series. I defend Hunter x Hunter all the time. I defend the Promised Neverland all the time. But I think that certain bits of critique are definitely valid. I think they're valid. Like the text, that's definitely like I think like valid. Like I feel like there's a way in which like, yeah, you can have the text, but you should also have like, you should also have pictures. Like you should. But if it doesn't happen, I'm not gonna be upset about that. Like that doesn't take away from the story, right? Because if there's like 3 panels that don't have pictures, that doesn't take away from the whole of like, you know, the Dark Continent arc, something like that. Like to me, like that's like whatever. This is like a symptom of a bigger sort of issue, you know. And that's not to say that, and I wouldn't even say, right, and even to like to go back to Hunter x Hunter, I wouldn't even say I'm not gonna say that like Hunter x Hunter doesn't have like a particular symptom right now, but I think it's different because I think with that, like a lot of that is like what Togashi can do, what he can crank out health wise, that kind of stuff, you know. But even then, I'm like, you know, take as much time as you need, like, and then like, you know, get your assistants to do certain things, put certain things out. But telling you, man, BDV them Scooby snacks, man. A lot of Scooby snacks. The amnesia thing is a little, and this is like a big one because it's like, and it's a really big one because it's like, you know, like you can see the plot pathways, right? You can see the directions that it can that plot line, the sort of general plot line can take, right? You understand that, and you're like, a lot of these directions are a little corny, right? Because you've read stories, you've read manga, you've read novels, you've read other things, right? You've watched TV shows, you've watched films, and you've seen this type of stuff before, and you're like, you know what I mean? And you understand that this isn't gonna be like something that lasts like for a super long time. Like Big Mom is not gonna like, right? I don't think anybody believes that like Big Mom is gonna like have amnesia for like 100 chapters, you know, or something like that, or like 80 chapters, or like for like a full like length arc, something like that, you know. It's just not. It doesn't instill confidence, you know. It doesn't do that. So, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right. Let me get out of here. I wanted to react to some like manga, but I really wanted to make sure that I read like my stuff for like my classes and things like that. And I wanted to get that work done. I was like, want to make sure that like right now that's where I'm at. I'm like, I want to get my work done. I want to get my reading done. I want to make sure that I'm doing well, like, you know, on the path to getting this like to, you know, teacher certification and all that. You know, so I had to focus on that. I had to make sure I did. And, you know, and I did. You know, I did my thing. I put on some music, reading, making notes, all that. And I got that done. So, you know, I'm in a good place. I may react to The Promised Neverland, but I don't know. I'll see. If I do, great. If I don't, then you know what it is. I might do both. I might do My Hero and Promised Neverland, and I'll see. All right. You know, yeah, it's one of those things. It's just one of those things, right? It's just like there's stuff that's just like nonsense. You know, I could understand if she just like washed up on shore and, you know, saw Chopper and then like kidnapped him, you know what I mean, or something like that. And like I could understand that, you know, like, but I think that's the thing. Like, I think like there are just these plot lines that are just, it's not even like, I don't know if it's convenience. I think what it is like it just eliminates a certain type of tension and worry, like that makes certain stories good, you know, or interesting at the very least, like interesting, and you know, you want to invest like time into that stuff. Like this is like, I don't want to invest time in this type, like this plot sort of like direction. I don't want to invest time in that because it's whack, you know, it's whack. But I think if you have Big Mom, right? If you have Big Mom, if you have Kaido, and both of them are at Wano, and like that's a big thing. Like, and Big Mom's like in her senses, and she's making certain moves. Then it's like, yo, then you have what people were talking about, and it's like this massive thing. And again, it's not to say that I'm not saying like that won't happen. That won't happen at all. But the amnesia thing is clearly it's going to be utilized in a particular way, right? It's going to be utilized in a particular way. So when you see that, you're just like, right now, the tension is not high. It's like, I don't care. I don't care that like, you know, I don't care that like Luffy and Kid are like in prison. I don't care about that because like, and again, I know this stuff because like I've seen this stuff. People keep talking about it on the timelines, blah blah blah. I'm gonna see that, but I don't care because they'll be fine. They'll be all right, right? You know, they're not gonna get shanked in jail in prison. You know, that's not gonna happen to Luffy and Kid. You know, they're not gonna be near death or anything like that in jail, in prison. You know, it's like these are things that, like, you know, again, like these are kind of like corny little like things that don't hold any real sort of weight. You know, for me, I'm just like, all right, I see the end, I think I'm but this is just more like, okay, these are like, here's this way, you know, here's this, you know, basic sort of way that we're getting to this big meeting between all these different factions. You know, like for now, I'm like, I don't care about that. You know, that's how I feel about it. Just like it's whatever. You know, I think there are ways that you can do things, and they're like, yeah, like if they're moving around and they're getting information and they're hearing certain things, that's fine. That makes sense, right? But it's like, I don't know. I just expect more. I want to see more. I don't know. I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. Um, I've been dropping One Piece. I just see what y'all talk about. I don't read no chapters. I haven't read a chapter since the last reaction that I did. But it's so easy for me to see like what y'all be talking about. I try not to watch like streams if I can, because then some of y'all will talk about too many things and I'm like, all right, now I can't read that chapter. I know exactly what happened in that chapter. But like the big stuff, I know about the big stuff because y'all be posting pics and, you know, whole threads about how you feel about the pick. You know what I mean? So like it's like, yeah, of course I know. This is something that of course I know about. You know what I mean? But it's like, ugh. Come on, it's wax sauce. All right? Wax sauce, Naya. Wax sauce. Get out of here with that stuff. Okay? But I don't know. Maybe I'll start getting on like other Jump series and start talking about how I feel like certain things are, you know. But I can't. But I have no desire to like sit and like read the chapters and go through all those pages. Like, not right now. I said what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait for it to be done. I'm waiting for it to be done, and then I'm gonna read through all those chapters and see how I feel about it. You know what I mean? I don't like amnesia. I don't like that. I think that that to me was like the thing that broke the camel's back for some people, right? For some others, it's like, yo, if you like the series, you're gonna keep reading the series. But for me, it's like, you know, for some people, but for me, it's like I'm gonna give it this chance. I'm not gonna read any chapters, but what I'm going to do is I'm gonna you know, I'm gonna be paying attention. Because I'm gonna be paying attention because like I have friends on this platform and like friends, you know, that like people that I like care about who adore this series and love writing about it and talking about it. So I like if I want to talk with them about certain things, then I have to be aware of like, okay, like this general thing is sort of happening. But I think like it's a very different experience, like knowing like, oh, here's this big thing, and then reading through those chapters. Like I haven't seen any pictures or anything like that, you know, outside of like, here's this one big moment, you know. So when Wano's done, I wanna, you know, I wanna read it. I wanna read it. You know, I think what I'm doing now is like I'm just not like giving it the time or reactions or anything like that, because it's time consuming. That takes energy. You know, it takes a certain amount of energy. Like even now, like I can barely keep up with like, you know, reacting to things that I want to read. You know, so it is what it is. But I don't know. Maybe I'll react. You know, but like again, like One Piece is something that I feel like, you know, I think the like pre-time skip is amazing. It's so good. I watch One Piece clips and read chapters and read arcs over for pre-time skip all the time. I think it's wonderful because it's so good. And even post-time skip, there's some things that I reread and I look through, and I like Fishman Island. I think is great. I love Fishman Island. You know, certain things I'll reread all the time. You know, Whole Cake Island I had to reread because I just wanted to see how I felt about it. But you know, after a reread. And I still think it's like, but I don't think it's as bad as I thought it was. I'm not gonna give it like you know, I'm not giving it like a 4, but I'll give it like, you know, 5.5, 6, something like that, because there was some stuff at the first part of Whole Cake that I really liked, that I thought was great. And then it just, and that's how I feel about it. For me, like Whole Cake's like a 5.5 to a 6. I don't know. I like it, and that's like a person. Obviously, all the ratings are personal, but that's how I feel about it. Like it didn't hit for me. But I think like some of the stuff definitely did hit. I was like the Stussy, like the CP0, that was like clean. Morgan's one of the best parts of Whole Cake. I love Morgan's. One of my favorite characters in all of One Piece, pre and post. Yeah. It's just like there's some stuff that I'm like, no, stop that. Worse than us. No, there. Come on. And okay, here's how I look at it. The way that I sort of rank things, right? Like if it's a 5, it's like it's right. It's just to me, it's like right down the middle. And like I sort of think about it as like, sort of like a a scale kind of. It's like if it's like balanced, like a 5 is just like it's down the middle. It's like, okay, 5 is average. There's some good stuff about it, there's some bad stuff about it. A 6 is like, 5.5 is like, there's, I after rereading it, I like it a little bit more than I dislike it, but I think there's some things that I don't like about it. So it's a 5.5 for me. But some people like, they don't want to go any lower than a 7. I don't get it. 5 for me is like average. It's like, and I think before I give it like a 4, I was like, this is straight trash. But thinking about it, I was like, you know what? There are things that I really like about Whole Cake, and there are things that I think are absolutely horrendous. And so it's like it's right down the middle. It's average. There's like half of it I'm like, yeah. And then the other half I'm like, this is really, really good stuff here. So yeah, that's how I feel. First half of it, beautiful. Oda doing some dope stuff there, and then the second half, y'all know how I feel about the second half. All right, yeah, very average. But I don't think I don't think Whole Cake's like a good arc. I don't think it's a good arc. I think it's an average arc. And that's after rereading it and looking at it and all that, and how I've been thinking about it. So 1.54. Yo, Beyond Solace. Yo, that's fun. That's funny. Yeah. But I think I will say I think there are more good arcs than bad arcs when it comes to not Whole Cake. When it comes to One Piece, I think there are more good arcs than bad arcs. If I had to like look through all of them, definitely more good arcs than bad arcs. There are like I don't think there is like for me personally, I don't think there's like a bad pre time skip arc. I like all of them. Like I like all of them. Even the ones that people were like, "Oh, that's filler," but it wasn't filler. The Foxy like stuff. That stuff is hilarious. Like the Foxy arc is one of the funniest arcs in One Piece. That's like peak like Oda comedy. You know what I mean? Peak stuff, like funny stuff. Chopper's like, "Oh my god, what a great," and they're like, "Be a man, Chopper." Like it's so because it's so ridiculous. Davy back, right? Davy back stuff is so good. The Davy back stuff is so good. Like it's so funny. Like I love that arc. And like again, it's just like there's certain things that Oda's doing there that I'm like, okay, I mess with it. So it's like there are things about One Piece that I really, really love. I think at some point I should do that. Like I gotta do like a One Piece like appreciation like stream or something. I should do that because I feel like, even now, I'll admit this, like, and this is getting into like a whatever like sort of stream, but even now I feel like I want to say like, oh, I didn't like this, but I also want to make sure that like when I'm posting things on like Twitter that I want to post more like, this is what I appreciate about the series, this is what I like about the series. I want to try to do more of that because like I don't want to like do that to myself. I don't want to just be like super sad and like angry about One Piece all the time because that affects my mood. And I need to be happy. I need to be happy like more often. You know, like more like I just do. You know, so eventually I'll do that. You know, it won't be steady, but I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna do that at some point, and I'll set it up. You know, and everybody would just talk about things that they love, and you know, we'll just hype things up, and I'll talk about it. I don't want to do a One Piece is trash stream because I don't believe that. I feel like I've been very like vocal about the like that there's a part of One Piece that I don't like, so far. But pre-time skip is great. Even post-time skip, even up until like the end of Fisherman Island, I think clean, great stuff. You know, so again, it's like there are things like the majority of One Piece I like, right? The majority of One Piece I like. I need to react to Tower of God. I gotta finish the chapters. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that sometime this week because I've been wanting to join those streams, but then like I go home and then I'm like, oh man, I haven't like, you know, read these chapters. I can't really join the chat. I can't do this stuff. I gotta read those chapters. But I have heard that how people feel about the Last Station stuff. I heard how people feel about it. So I'll be interested to see how the end of it played out. But you already know how I feel about Caliban. It's like so far, like from where I'm at, to me, Caliban's kind of a little hollow. I was really invested in like the essence of bravery and what that was gonna look like and all that, but I don't know. Something about it just I don't like it. I like it's clean. It's cool, right? Like it's a cool thing. You know, it's like it's kind of similar to like I'm thinking of like you know, like yeah. I'm thinking of like, you know, like whenever you read a certain manga and there's like an ability that's like really cool and you're like, yo, that's hype. Right? Like Caliban is hype, right? But it's almost like he's not all hype, but the essence of bravery is like, to me, like it's a little all hype. I need some more from that. But I think as a character, I think his history, where he comes from, I want that to be more explored. I want to see that stuff. I think that's interesting, right? The fact that like he's like, man, the Ha family, get them out of here. They whack, right? They whack sauce compared to me. Like, you know what I mean? That I saw that and I was like, oh, you know, and I thought that was cool. I'm looking forward to reacting to the other chapters, and yeah. But I think I'm gonna end the stream now because it's 8:45. I gotta sub tomorrow. I gotta teach tomorrow, and I gotta do like after school counseling stuff tomorrow as well. So I gotta make sure I rest my voice. All right. Let me get out of here. But Calvin, I mean, I was stunned. I was like, yo, he gave Jung Ha that work. I was really stunned. I was like, oof. Gave him the work. That's what I'm gonna say about that. But let me get out of here, y'all. All right. I just want to say, like, yo, just like Oda, just do a better job with that. And I'm just throwing it out there, right? Like, just to say it because like I think I know that Oda can because he's done it before. I just wanted to do better with that in regards to that. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. All right. I'll try to be more positive about One Piece. I think that's something I want to do. Not only for other people, like, but really for myself because I just gotta include more positivity. Like it helps with my mood, it helps me stay happier. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right. I'm out here. Shout out to all y'all that came through. All right. Now I'm my guy, Key, Kenneth York, Beyond Solace. All right. Sausage Lord, Sunset. Who else came through? I remember Christoph. Yep. BDV, my guy. DJ. All right. John Boy. Yo. I know H Magnum came through. And Amadou. Amadou came through. Shouts to Amadou. I gotta get that Hunter stream going. Eventually, I'll get it going, guys. King Nelly Boy, yo, shouts out to you. All right, let me get out of here. All right, I'm the Black Manga Critic. Thank y'all for coming through, y'all. All right, and I am oucha.